Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hey students, our today's lecture is Norton's theorem with independent sources, which is our lecture number 7 on this YouTube channel. Students, firstly I will give you my today's lecture content. Firstly we will discuss introduction of Norton's theorem, then we will discuss example of Norton's theorem, and at the end I will give you a practice problem regarding Norton's theorem. You need to solve that problem so that you might clear your concept, and I will guarantee you, if you watch this video carefully and completely, you will be able to solve any type of circuit regarding Norton's theorem. Now students, we will discuss introduction of Norton's theorem. Students, there are two types of circuit in Norton's theorem. Firstly, independent sources including voltage and current source. Secondly, dependent sources. We will discuss independent sources in this lecture and dependent sources in our next lecture. Students, in Norton's theorem, our main aim is to compress the original circuit into this type of circuit, including Norton's resistance parallel with Norton's current. It will be the Norton's equivalent circuit. Now students, we will discuss those two steps to solve Norton's theorems any circuit problem. Students, there are two steps to solve any Norton's theorem circuit. Number one step is to find Norton's resistance, which is Rn. To find Norton's resistance, we remove load resistance, then we short the voltage source if given in the circuit, then we open the current source if given in the circuit. Then our next step is to find Norton's current. To find Norton's current, we short the load resistance. Students, these are two steps to solve Norton's theorem circuit. If we follow these two steps, then we are able to solve any type of circuit regarding Norton's theorem. Now students, we will discuss example of Norton's theorem and clear our. Students, in this example, we need to find current across 2 ohm resistor using Norton's theorem. Our main aim is to compress this circuit into this form. As we earlier discussed in our intro, we need to find Norton resistance using step 1 and Norton current using step 2. I also called it Norton current as short circuit current. So firstly, we need to find Norton resistance using these three steps. We need to remove the load resistance, short the voltage source, and open the current source. So I apply these three steps into my original circuit and update the circuit. Now we compress the circuit and our updated circuit will become look like that. We remove the load resistance and short the voltage source. Now we need to find Norton resistance. So here students, 10 is parallel with 40 ohm and with series with 12 ohm, and these all are parallel with 5 ohm. So Norton resistance 10 parallel with 40 will becomes 8 ohm plus 12 parallel with 5. So Norton resistance will becomes 20 parallel with 5 is equals to 4 ohm. Now students, our first step is done. We find the Norton resistance, which is 4 ohm. Now our next step is to find Norton's current or short circuit current using step 2. Now students, we need to find Norton's current using step 2. So we need to short the load resistance and update the circuit. Now I will short this resistance and update the circuit. Now students, I apply short the load resistance. Now my circuit will become look like that. Here there is a current across load resistance there is a short circuit current flows. I named it Norton's current, IN. Now our main aim is to find this Norton current. So here I will need to find Norton's current using Kirchhoff's current law, KCL. So I will name it these two nodes V1, V2, and assign the current directions I1, I2, I3 and I4. Now students, I need to find the Norton's current, so I will apply the KCL at V2. So IN is equals to I3 plus I4. Students, here we don't know the value of I3 and I4, so we need to find I3 and I4 using Kirchhoff's current law. Firstly, I will find the value of I4, which is V divided by R is equals to, students, here voltage is 25 minus V2 divided by 5. Now student, this V2 is directly connected to the ground, so I will reduce it to 0. Now I4 will become 25 divided by 5 is equals to 5 ampere. Now students, I have the value of I1. Now our next step is to find the value of I3. So I applied KCL at V1 to find I3. Apply KCL at V1. Now students, at V1 there is current flows I1 into the node and I2 plus I3 out of the node. So it will becomes I1 is equals to I2 plus I3. Here I1 is students 25 minus V1 divided by 10. I2 is V1 minus 0 divided by 40. And I3 is V1 minus V2 divided by 12. Here V2 is 0. So I will simplify this circuit, and now my V1 value is 12 volts. Now students, with the help of V1, I will find the value of I3. Now my I3 value is I3 is equals to V1 divided by, here I3 is V1 minus V2 divided by 12 and V2 is 0. So I3 is equals to 12 divided by 12 is equals to 1 ampere. Now students, we all have the value of I3 and I4. So put these two values into the INth equation. So IN is equals to 1 plus 5. So IN is equals to 6 ampere. Now students, our second step is also done. Now put this INth value into the original circuit and find the load current. Now students, here we have the value of Rn, which is 4 ohm, and we also find the value of IN, which is 6 ampere. So put these two values into this circuit. Now my circuit will becomes 6 ampere and 4 ohm. And we also attach the load where we need to find the load current, which is 2 ohm. We need to find load current, which is our main aim. Now I will apply the current divider in this circuit. So I across 2 ohm is 4. We take the parallel resistance with current source. divided by sum of all the resistance. 24 divided by 6, which is 4 ampere. Now students, our current is which is load current. Now we will find the value of load current, which is 4 ampere. Now students, our main aim is done. We need to find the value of current across 2 ohm. We find it. Now students, I will give you the practice problem of Norton's theorem. You need to solve that problem by hand and clear your concept. It looks like similar to this problem. Students, in this practice problem, you need to find current across 9 ohm resistor using Norton's theorem. Similar method that I applied in my lectures example. So solve it and give answers in this video's comment box so that everyone can match their answers. And students, if you have any query regarding this topic or any topic of electrical engineering, you can contact me by commenting on this video's comment box. So students, this is all about our today's lecture. Hopefully you will enjoy it and clear your concept. And my next lecture is on Norton's theorem with dependent sources. So stay happy and stay blessed.